let's go through the teams again. Kelly, you just gotten started on Team Matthews. Kevin, what do you think of them?
Well, a lot of Toronto Maple Leafs, that's for sure. And you look at it again, and if you think about puck possession, this team has it. Everyone on the ice here and on this team wants the puck. Barzal is one of the best skaters in the game. Keller sneakily is at every All-Star weekend. This guy is always here, and he's a hell of a player, and he's tailor-made for 3-on-3. So if you're talking about whether or not they're going to win or not, they got a pretty good team for winning.
One of the managers texted and said, is this team going to trade for Chris Tanev? That's what he asked when he was watching all the Leafs get picked. So I thought that was a good line.
Okay, let's take you through the other teams. Are we going to Team McDavid next? They picked, you can see him shaking some hands there. Team McDavid picking Connor Hellebuck first for their team. Kelly, you got to like that.
Yeah, okay. This is my favorite team. I like I said before, I like all of them, but this is my favorite team because they have everything. I like how they picked Hellebuck first, and then Pastrnak. Arnett, of course, he was just hilarious. He was really getting into this whole thing. So this is the team that I'm going to watch for. I don't think they had any bad choices, so that's my take on it.
I think Will Arnett thought he was filming one of his podcast episodes because he was not. He was taking his time with his stories and everything. It's very entertaining.
My wife loves that podcast.
It's amazing.
By the way. Yes.
But Darlene was the first defenseman that wasn't a captain to be picked, and that was a good pick for me because I think he's a guy that's a phenomenal player. But you look at it, I don't know if it's my favorite team. The next team I think is going to be my favorite. But again, it's another team that's strong.
I want to see McDavid, Draisaitl, and Pastrnak out there together. Even though it's an all-star weekend and no one's playing defense, I want to see them. I also want to shout out for Rasmus Dahlin, who showed up in an outstanding cardigan today. Like, he had an elite-level cardigan he was wearing.
Smartless is good, but 32 Thoughts is my favorite.
Speaking of sharp dress, look at Gary
my
Bettman.
favorite.
Okay, it's great seeing the families, too, eh? There's a huge crowd down in the dressing room, everyone enjoying themselves. So Team MacKinnon, as Kevin, you pointed out, he kind of has to go with Sidney Crosby, even though he wasn't in the building. What do you guys make of this team?
This is my favorite team, and they're all good teams. But Kel, this is my favorite team for sure. I think.
Can I just say something? That's because your son Cole loves Sebastian Aho, favorite player in the league.
I love Aho, and I love the Wilson pick. I ran into Tom Wilson in the elevator on the way down here, and he's another guy with a sharp dress suit on.
Yeah.
And he's like, do you guys think I'm going to go last? I'm like, no way.
Wow.
People value you, and they value your game. You will not go. And you went very, very high, and that's a scary team, too.
I felt bad for Bjorkstrand. First, he has to cancel his Airbnb, and then he gets picked in the last round. Like a tough weekend.
Because he was going to San Diego.
That's
correct?
right. Tough weekend so far for Bjorkstrand.
At least it wasn't like the Phil Kessel year. No one's truly picked last, right?
Better idea.
Yeah, all winners here. Okay, and finally, Team Hughes. Again, a lot of Canucks content on there. Kelly, what do you think of this team?
Well, that's a great team, too. I mean, the Vancouver Canucks are having a great year, and they've added a bunch of them on this team. You know, JT Miller, I was actually quite surprised he went that far down the list. I would have.
Well, why? They don't want to get yelled at. It's All-Star Weekend. He's the one that makes it hard on those guys. And you know what? For Toronto, from what I hear, Kel, is a little JT Miller as well. He's another one of those little grumpy Americans. So team attitude on this side with Buble. Buble's going to have to keep him positive.
They're not even smiling there in the middle.
No.
Not allowed to. Buble, I thought, was fantastic. I was wondering where he was going to go there for a couple of seconds, but I thought
Kevin could relate to the 3 hours working on the hair.
Did he think he cut his own hair too? Sorry,
with a bowl.